She is. So as you guys know, we have had clients in the office the last couple of weeks, and I have been investing 30, 45 minutes just doing a one-on-one meeting with them. So then what I did is I took their responses and I asked chat, I said, hey, if you could give me the breakdown of where we're seeing the same patterns of feedback. And the number one pattern of feedback as it relates to what do brokers fear, the number one thing was fear of judgment. So that was interesting. No one wants to look foolish. New brokers fear looking inexperienced. Experienced professionals fear looking incompetent. And when our systems are unclear, our language is inconsistent, we amplify that fear. So the standards: clear language, consistent terminology, no making brokers feel small for asking questions. I started reading a new book yesterday by John Maxwell titled Everyone Communicates, Few Connect, which is a very interesting book. Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. And he opens the book by telling a story when he was speaking to an audience, and somebody who had been reading Maxwell's stuff for many years was also on the stage. And so they're having this dialogue back and forth. And he says, John, I just have to ask you before you go on stage, what's going through your mind? What are you thinking? And he says, well, I'm thinking what they're thinking. He says, well, what do you mean? He says, I don't care about me. He said, all I care about is when I get off that stage, everybody in my audience believes that they can do it. And I thought, you know what, that's something we all need to internalize and ask ourselves this question. When we get off the phone with a client, when we come out of a meeting with a customer, do we leave them feeling like they can do it? And so on my notes, I wrote, encourage, encourage, encourage. Each call ends with the belief in your prospect's belief that he or she can actually do it. They can do it. And we're going to be here to help you do it. So we have to look at everything we do and ask the question, have we created a solution to their number one fear, which is fear of judgment? They don't want to look foolish. Are we giving them the right information in the right way so that they truly feel they can do it? Number two, please write it down, fear of process breakdown. Now, this would be tool inconsistency, last-minute underwriting surprises. We almost lost the deal yesterday because they got the HUDs and went, hey, this doesn't match what you told me. It did. They just didn't know how to read them. Unclear next steps. When brokers don't know what happens next, they feel out of control. And that's exactly what happened. The broker who we were working with got the HUD, didn't know what he was looking at, freaked out, didn't know how to explain it to the client. The client's now confused and says, I'm pulling out. I said, go tell them the following. This is what this means, this is what that means, and they closed the deal. So how we communicate is so critically important because people need to understand what they're looking at and they need to be able to explain it. Number four, fear of losing control. When timelines shift without warning, when documentation changes late, or when expectations are unclear, brokers feel unstable. What was interesting in Kathy Cook's presentation on Saturday, she said the number one thing that our kids need to excel is a stable home life. They need to feel stability at home. They don't want to feel like they're going to lose their home or that they're going to get evicted or they're going to get foreclosed on. And so one of the recommendations by Kathy was, parents, don't be having financial conversations with your spouse or significant other in front of your kids because you freak them out. Because stability erodes and they start questioning, do I have a future? Same thing is happening with our brokers. When our brokers call in and they can't get on the phone with anybody, or they call in and talk to 3 different people and get 3 different responses, it feels unstable. And when they feel unstable, they stop performing, they stop moving, they stop trying because they don't feel like they have a stable foundation that they're working from. We have to provide that for them. Finally, number 5, fear of incompetence. I'm really surprised this one wasn't number 1. Now we have 3 in-office clients. How many, Jen? Do we have any this week? 1 this week? 1 this week, 3 next week. So I'm going to continue to update my research as I meet with more and more of these brokers, and I'll be curious to see if these things change. I don't think that they will. Fear of incompetence. If this feels messy, maybe I'm not good at this. When tools feel disorganized, brokers internalize, that disorder. And when systems feel tight, brokers internalize professionalism. Your systems are either building belief or eroding it. Are our systems, the way that we do things, building belief within our broker channels? Or are the way we do things so inconsistent, there's no stability, and it's eroding confidence in our customers? And I can tell you guys, since I've started investing more and more time into the broker side of the business, I see more erosion of confidence taking place than confidence. We got work to do. And we're going to do the work, because we're going to do $1 billion in originations by 2030, and we're going to do it with our brokers. And so we're going to fix all this stuff, and so that our brokers have an amazing experience. So every confusion point costs confidence, every unclear step costs trust, and every inconsistency costs authority. And so when we go back to our brokers and say, okay, well, we told you this, but now we really meant this, so we're going to do this instead of that, brokers are going, what's happening? I don't even know what direction I'm going. If we remove fear by removing confusion, production rises. So I want you guys to have a heightened level of awareness starting today. Confidence is built by design. Professionalism is not optional, and clarity is not optional. Confidence is built by design. So let's build it, okay? So some interesting feedback. I want you all to take that with you. All right. Rates have not changed. Here's the commentary on rates for the week. Good morning, Lee. Last week, tariff drama did not affect mortgage rates, which remain flat. I'm expecting this week to be the same. Stability at these lower levels is giving buyers more confidence. Help those fence sitters get in the game, make it a great day ahead. And nothing notable. FHA still sitting at 6.055. VA still sitting north of 5.5 where we need to be. It's currently at 5.64. And USDA 30-year fixed sitting at 6.049. So again, we're not to the magic number yet. Tonight is Trump's State of the Union speech at 9 p.m. Eastern, starts at 6. Really would encourage you guys to listen to that because every time Trump says something, markets adjust. How are the markets going to adjust based on tonight's presentation? Because I know he's going to blast the Supreme Court for tariffs. It's going to be very interesting, and the market tomorrow will also be interesting. So be watching for that as it all unfolds.
If you want to learn more, just click the link below.